Welcome to Get Better TV. Today's guest is Jon Steingard, lead singer of the popular band Hawk Nelson. Not only did he have some incredible advice for all our viewers, but we actually talked about the inspiration behind their hit song words. Let's go talk to him. Jon, our big theme at GetBetterToday.com is we're all about improvement, getting better, finding things that inspire us. I kind of want to ask you, you've been in this a long time, I guess, what do you do every day to continue becoming a better musician and I guess get to the place you are now?
Yeah. Well, I guess that's different for everybody. I love challenges, and so I think that's naturally my personality, and so I'm always wanting to improve things every day. But when you see, for me, the big motivator is when I see how a change in my the way I do things, how it actually affects my life in a positive way. When I really see that and it's connected very clearly to what I changed, then that motivates me massively. So I started running a couple of years ago, and I just felt so much healthier, and and even mentally, I discovered I would feel clearer throughout the day if I start my day with a run. And it was such an obvious correlation to the days that I was running that made me want to continue to do that kind of thing more. So I'm always looking for things that directly make life feel better somehow,
Make it get better. There you go.
Yeah.
So first of all, congrats on the success of Words.
Thanks.
It's all over the radio right now. Actually, I was telling her, one of my favorite workout songs right now.
Really?
Running. So
really? Is I guess it's a pretty good running tempo. Yeah.
But I kind of want to ask you what your inspiration was behind that song.
Well, for that song, I haven't always been the singer of Hawk Nelson. I was the guitar player for a long time. We had a singer named Jason, and he left the band about 1.5 years ago. And we were in a position where we knew we wanted to continue to be a band, but we didn't know what that was going to look like or whatever. And so we were in the middle of trying to figure that stuff out, and we were on tour with Mercy Me, another Christian band. And they really spent some time encouraging me specifically, and Bart, the singer of Mercy Me, really thought that I should be the one to step up into the role of being the singer. And I was so not sure about that. I thought I knew what my role is and what my abilities were. And he really pushed me beyond what I thought I was capable of. And now being the singer feels like the most natural thing in the world, but there was a process to get there. And just the time that Bart spent speaking with me and encouraging me really kind of changed the course of my life. And when we were writing for this record, that was one of the things that I wanted to touch on. It's just the power that we each have to speak encouraging things into the lives of those around us, and to not really forget how powerful that can be. It can be easy to feel like, oh well, if I give someone a compliment or if I spend some time encouraging somebody, that's kind of not a big deal, but it can really alter people's lives in amazing ways, and it doesn't have to be a big stage or it doesn't have to be a big audience. It can be the people that are in our lives already, our families and people we work with. And so Words is a good reminder to me of just the power that we each have in the lives of those that are already in our lives.
Yeah, no, that's good because with our show, I've been teaching a lot. And for me, that's been something, I don't want to say anything unless it points back to you.
Yeah.
So that's kind of one of my things now so the song's impacted me personally because I say, God, if this isn't from you, don't let it come out of my mouth. So thank you for that.
Yeah, there's been once or twice I've been listening to the radio as I'm driving down the road or something, and someone will cut me off, and I'll just get so mad. and then right then, Words will come on the radio and be like, okay, cool down. I'm not going to say anything I'll regret.
Yeah.
So.
No, there's actually a lyric in that song that I love. Probably one of my favorite lyrics of any song out right now. I bet I've tweeted it 5 to 10 times since the songs came out. Just this lyric. And it's, I want to speak your love, not just another noise.
Yeah.
And so could you kind of elaborate on that?
Yeah.
It's so easy, I guess, to be another noise.
Yeah, I think especially now that I'm the singer of the band, for some reason, that has brought out some things in my personality that maybe weren't so much there before. So I think I'm a little louder and more boisterous than I used to be. But I can, we've all had moments, I think, when we just get in the moment and we allow ourselves to be carried away by something, and we're not really thinking about what we're saying. And I think the whole essence of that song is just to be intentional. And you know, it's easy to just let whatever comes to the surface of our hearts just come right out your mouth. And you know, that's what that Another Noise line is kind of all about, is that people that are living their lives without kind of discipline or a lot of thought into what they're saying, they'll just be noisy and they'll just be kind of a racket. And all my heroes tend to be people that are really careful with their words, and that doesn't mean they're boring necessarily. It just you know, they have amazing control over what's going on in their hearts and how they let that come out. You know?
No, actually, I've been a Hawk Nelson fan for a while. I remember since high school listening high school baseball.
Yeah.
Hawk Nelson songs in between innings.
You
know, so
that's awesome.
But I guess you kind of touched on it tonight. Actually, you did touch on it. You know, you've been at this for a while, and you talked about it tonight. It hasn't always been easy.
Yeah.
And you know, tell our viewers kind of, I guess, how do you get through it? How do you stick with it so long? There's probably a lot of tough times through there.
I mean, I feel like anytime you pursue something, whether it's a career or a relationship or anything like that, you're going to have so many opportunities to quit. You just will. And if you allow those moments to guide your life, if you allow those moments where you want to give up to sort of steer the path that you take, you're never going to finish anything. You're going to start lots of things and finish none of them. And I think the discipline to finish things is huge. And if you can develop that in your own life and get to a point where you're not allowing your day-to-day feelings to make decisions for you, you know, I think that's a huge thing. And over the course of our time as a band, we've had so many times where I've thought like, that's probably like, this thing could be over. And somehow I've just always had this sense that I am where I'm supposed to be. And so, you know, because I believe in Jesus and I believe that God has a plan for my life, I really have not been able to shake this feeling that I don't want to go anywhere other than you know, kind of the plan God has for my life. And I don't think God's plan is like a static thing. Like, I don't think that you're one mistake away from all of a sudden you're not on the plan and you can't get back or whatever. But I just always felt like music and specifically in this band is where I was supposed to be. And so that's sort of taken me through all the good times and the bad times. And we've been through a bunch of member changes, you know, and so each of those moments has been a time where we've been like, okay, well, you know, is that it? Like, you know, do we want to keep doing this? How long do we want to keep doing this? And all I know is I'm still supposed to be here right now. And so I don't know how long that'll be or whatever, but it's been 10 years and it still feels like where I'm supposed to be. So
No, that's great advice. But this is how we end every show, every time we talk to someone. Yeah. One last thing you would say to anybody, let's say anybody under 30 that's watching right now, yeah. What would you say to them that you've learned through all the years? I would say you have more time than you think you do. Everyone talks about life being short, and I think sometimes that is true. But we put so much pressure on ourselves to have to achieve this and that, and I've got this friend who's 22 and he's already done all this stuff, and I'm 24 or whatever. Well, I'm not 24, I'm 30, but whatever. But you know what I mean? Like, there's all this pressure, especially at the pace life moves now. There's all this pressure to have it all figured out right here and now. And you know what the truth is? Nobody has it figured out. The president doesn't have it figured out. People seemingly at the top of their game, they're still trying to figure life out too. And so, you know, you need to, I would hope you could be encouraged by the notion that everyone is insecure. Everyone is just trying to figure out what life's all about. And you're not alone in feeling those things. And I think it takes time to really learn who you are and who God's made you to be, and what your plan, what your path in life is going to take. And the stress of feeling like you're supposed to have it figured out right now, the sooner you can sort of let that go, the happier and more joyful your life is going to be. Well, that's an excellent answer. I feel like to our viewers, She's laughing because I feel like that was directly spoken to me right now. So, John, I appreciate it.
Oh,
Thanks
well,
for taking
thanks,
time to
man.
talk to
Thanks
us.
very much.